but not too shabby in the fleet. Sorry to you, my friend, but we are just gonna fill the air with some freezing clouds if you don't mind. They probably do mind, but it is what it is, and needs must and all that good stuff, so here we are. Looking out for the damage to reflect there, wanted to slow down a little bit, but overall nothing we cannot handle. Until Hydra and Roly-Poly is a bit more than I feel comfortable with, so we just sort those sons of guns out real quick, and one of these days we'll find our heal wounds potions. I'm sure we have at least one, hopefully more. No promises though. DCSS is like a box of chocolate and all that good stuff. So who knows what the dungeon has in store. And not too shabby. Stop, drop, roll. Do not panic. And heal wounds. I ask of ye. No. Lignification. Honestly, not that bad either. Always pretty happy to see that as a pretty solid utility option in the future. Oh my gosh, an un-ID'd potion? We still have those sons of guns showing up? How about that? And you, my Manticore friend, are annoying, but nothing we can't handle. Jeez Louise. And that is just about it. I mean, I should probably take a bit of Mind Burst. Is pretty dang solid to have as an option in our future. And we are done exploring. We're almost done exploring the entirety of regular dungeon here. Thing of beauty, that was pretty terribly placed. Freezing cloud, but doesn't really matter, I guess, at the end of the day. Especially the miscast one there. Did not matter in the slightest. Ooh, there's an ignition scroll. And a blinking scroll I am in desperate need of. What can I do with you, kiddos? I mean, this technically works. It's not great. Oh, never mind. It does work great against the ghost. The ghost was a big part of the problem there, along with the skeletal warriors, but we took care of them in decently short order, all things considered. I don't seem to need the money. Am I still gonna take the spellbook here? I guess so. Nothing else is really great. Frees up an inventory slot. All of that just to say, why the heck not, brother? Ooh, Spriggan zombies are not fooling around, turns out. Almost too much for us to handle, but almost very much being the operative word there. And Josephine. Not too bad here. Hey, Denny. You got an MD Air Elementalist home today. 7 runes. That's your win for the month. Hey, congrats. Yeah, every win is, you know, clawed out of the game. So, gotta rejoice and appreciate each and every one. So, no, big congrats. That's always pretty fantastic to hear. You know, let's definitely throw some clouds out there. Beautiful. And that's actually, I definitely don't get a win a month. I mean, sure, it's only really, I only play when I'm streaming, but that's fine. Okay, it was a typo. It's a Minotaur Air Elementals. I was a little confused. I assumed maybe an old version because Mountain Dwarf. You know, besides the occasional April 1st build, haven't been around in a long time, but you know, everyone has their versions that they like to play on, so I definitely felt that kind of justified my confusion, but no, that's pretty sweet. Minotaur Air Elementalist is interesting. I definitely tend to stay away from spellcasters with Minotaur, not for any major reason. I mean, they're not terrible at basically anything in the game. Was there a specific thing that drew you to that combination, or was it like random? Do you just like Minotaurs and kind of make it work with any other kind of build? Let's try that again. Oh, Shoal 0, my friend. It's a horrible combo. Okay. Never even successfully cast Shock before finding a Scale Mail in D1. Now you have the old Mound Dwarf and Stoat soup, but this was Minotaur. Okay, cool. Still have the Mound Dwarf around. Did you find... Was it balanced at all in Stoat? Or does it fit pretty well with the current state of the fork? You let the RNG pick combos and play them until you get to lair, which does make for Minotaur book starts. Nice. I like that a lot, though. You know, it's a bit of additional flavor. Definitely makes for interesting attempts at the very least. Ooh-wee. A Vampiric Spear. Oh my gosh, even if we didn't get this Trident earlier, it looks like we were predestined to acquire some kind of vampiricism over the course of the run here. Wonderful. Sigil Binding, no thank you. Not too interested in any of that. And just Scorch the Ever-Living. Love out of these Sons of Guns. And we do have Fire Magic, which I'm hoping will turn Shoals into a little bit of a smooth ride at the very least. Never any promises, of course, especially some of the Shoals we've seen in fairly recent memory here, but should be helpful at the very least. And there's something I was just thinking about. I believe we picked up something. Apportation. I'm going to learn right away. Extremely cheap to learn, and can definitely find itself wiggling into being useful throughout the course of any given run. And then otherwise, we're very much close to Orb of Destruction, so I'm probably going to learn that now. Basically uses up all of our spell levels, but for good reason, all things considered. And Ignition is down to 89%, so it's starting. Oof, this is a problem. Unless I can outrun. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Teleport, thank you. Oh, that was interesting. Gotta hate getting flight just in time to have it almost ruin our life. Oh, let me check in. Apologies. Need to see some notifications and texts here. There's action at my doorbell. Who's lingering there? My partner again? What are you doing? They're gonna hate that I have the video feeds of them. But Tomb 5th, which was not a happy fun time. Hell Tartarus, then to Zot, which was suspiciously easy. Or Distant Tartarus. Nice. Oh, okay, so Tomb is your 5th rune. Is wild. That's something that, I don't know, I still have a, I was gonna say an unhealthy fear of Tomb. I think I have a very healthy fear of Tomb. And so even in 15 runes, I keep it for last. But I don't know if that's just because I like my own ineptitude, or because Tomb has the right to be that scary. I know, I guess it is evolving slightly, just because in the main branch of the game now, we have gone to what do I want to do with you? Apologies, getting distracted here, but for good reason. If I can just surround you with clouds, still your tentacles just kind of get screwed over, now that I think about it. I don't know if I've ever done this before. Oh my gosh. They trying. Oh Lord, they trying. Well, it's one way to kill a Kraken, I guess. But on main branch, the fact that Hell's gone a bit trickier, I guess, lends some credence to potentially Tomb working out better for some characters. 16% chance of banishment is real bad. You at least have more serve Holy Wrath rather than Distortion. So that's something. But I'm definitely just gonna fill the air with clouds as much as we possibly can. Oh, Louise can blink, right? That kind of puts a little bit of a damper on my tamper, but such is life. There you are, Louise. Wondering where you went, you son of a gun. And an irradiate to finish you off. Not too shabby whatsoever. Don't need the Staff of Earth, I don't think. Alligator Snapping Turtle. I doubt I can outdamage you, my friend, but I can outrun you on land, correct? Oh, I can, but not on water, and that's an oak globe plant. Oh, me oh my, these things just keep getting... Why does it keep getting better? Ooh, ancient ringmail though. Don't mind if I do. Cold resistance, flying, dex, not even close to being a switch out for our current outfit here. You tend to figure if you're planning to do it, you might as well get it over with. That's fair, because it also hurts greatly to have achieved 14 runes and then lose it all in a mad dash through tombs. So you're definitely avoiding some potential pain in that regard. You've gone Trog to the Shine One and just drank Tree Potion for the Tomb 3 ambush. Blazed away with the Longbow of Holy Wrath and Cleansing Flame. Yeah, have I ever done a 15 rune without... Oh, I was going to say a 15 rune without the Shine One, but I definitely have, because I've done plenty with Gozeg now that I think about it. But I definitely can appreciate that approach, because I'm a big fan of TSO for 15 runers. Especially when you get to Tomb, makes things a bit easier. You can phone in some angelic help and melt your way through things for the most part, at the very least. But I'm gonna, I think, just leave our snapping alligator friend by the wayside and not worry overly much about that son of a gun. And just learn to live and let live, as it were. Going a little bit slower with my auto fighting there. Playing it safe as much as we can. Quivering a throwing net. Oh my gosh, reflection with our 5 shielding actually did something. It is a gosh darn miracle if I ain't ever seen it. And lovely vampiric trident still just carrying our sorry ass so far. Love to see it. And not too shabby. In fact, if I could just get some steam clouds going, can get some nice things happening. That was weird that I triggered another flame wave. Does tab trigger it to just cast again? For whatever reason, I thought I'd interrupted it by accident. Not even that much by accident, fairly intentional, seeing as how the fight was looking pretty good to just clean up with some old trident tip trauma. Trying to make up alliteration on the spot. Almost got there. It's something, I guess. Let's definitely smash a freezing bit over y'all. That's wonderful. Done Tomb with Kiku, Mac, Gozegve. Oh my gosh. Almost all of them. Epix is your archer god. That sounds cool. But never with Zin, which seems like an omission. Right, Zin would do fairly well with the chance. Would they not? Wizardry ring, meh. Vampiric halberd, I could upgrade, but I'll probably switch to a shield at some point, which Louise dropped a tower shield. We've probably seen a buckler or kite shield on like an orc or something without me really noticing. But who's to say? Do I just take one of these? I mean, I'd probably just take the money. I'm not super happy with any of the options, so let's, whoa, take the money and run. Beautiful. Yeah, spam recite, and if it all drops in the pot, you can sanctuary. Kind of want to try it now. Does sound like it would do all right for itself. Boomerangs, no, thank you. I am all full. Thank you kindly. Let us deal with you sons of guns to a certain extent. Freezing Cloud, doing most of the heavy lifting, and this is just Shoals 2, so still early days, for sure. That's probably good enough. Let's keep heading down. I'm ready for Shoals 4 to be a bit of a nasty mess. Not that I'm wanting to manifest anything into existence by any means, so maybe should be more reticent with my verbiage, my wording, but I think at the end of the day, Shoals is going much better than it did in our most recent time endeavoring to this locale, as it were. You know, to over stimulate the vocabulary a little bit there unnecessarily. But not too shabby. I'm not seeing any by Susans yet. Again, no promises. We'll see what the future has in store. Can always very quickly get a bit of a change up happening. But not too shabby. +1 short bow is not going to make the cut here. Almost assuredly. However, Freezing Cloud on all of our fawn friends. Da-dee-da. As I just walk around picking up gold. It's nice when you feel the comfort to be able to just ignore enemies completely. Absolutely fantastic. And heal wounds. I mean, 5 potions and mutations. I'm never that mad when one of our high stacks of potions ends up being... You sons of guns. Mutation, though, is where that sentence was supposed to end, because it is quite a fantastic get for us here. Just in case things really start to hit the fan once we get to the later stages of the game, that can very much turn an otherwise untenable situation into something, if not lovely at the very least, kind of alright. Which is good enough for me. What to do with you kiddos? I would like this cattle plebis to hang out in some clouds if they could be so kind. I guess that kind of works as well. Oh, and this is where IMB would have been nice. In fact, let's try to be a little bit careful in how we handle this. I mean, we have a nice little choke point here, which you love to see. And then we can maybe start fighting these sons of guns with a well-timed irradiate. Beautiful. Up to 16 in both conjurations and fire magic. Down to 63% failure. When ignition is getting real close to online, conjurations is capped out to where we were training it for now. 11% failure in orb of destruction. It's not bad. It's kind of expensive at these higher level spells. the risk of failure becomes just that much worse because of how much magic you'll lose for no effect. But I might focus on fire for now. Maybe turn on summoning in the near future to get that servitor up and running sooner rather than later. Turns almost out, but I think we are nearing the end of our stream here this evening. Just so I can get a few more things done. I hate that that has become a fairly common refrain, I feel, for us, but such is life sometimes. At the very least, I was hoping that we would get our hands on a rune before we finished off for the evening. It's always a satisfying place to leave off. Let's see, I have 4 scrolls of teleportation. Want to double check that because that's something that I feel I've been struggling a little bit with lately, specifically just running in without having the right escape tools. But definitely just keep throwing down the frozen clouds to our heart's content. Okay, we can slow down the snapping turtle. That is pretty huge. Oh, Jesus. You are alluring us, eh? Well, this could be a scroll fog time. Get the heck out of here. I was afraid that was going to happen. Never any real guarantees that you're going to get what you needed. Wait, Merfolk Siren? I can't see them, so why am I... Excuse me? Ref? There we go. Just get the heck out of there before I do something regrettable. That is fantastic. Maybe not the most necessary use of some of our resources there, but always happier to be safe rather than sorry, and we can come back to our heart's content as it becomes tenable to do so. And all that good stuff. Not too shabby. And a bit more steamed merfolk for all of your cuisine needs. Truly a treat for the senses. Wow, even the Kraken gets slowed down. Now that's something I would not have necessarily expected. Not exactly a reptile, my friend, but I guess cold-bloodedness comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes. And oh me oh my, that is a rune under our belt. The first little cove that we decided to check out. You know, I had hopes because I had seen that we had the Kraken in there. We had quite a few enemies. That lends itself to being the rune vault. But nice to get the confirmation right at the end here. Feels good, man. Maybe these 5 potions are heal wounds? Hell yeah, brother, we've done it. Heal wounds, it does exist. It's a gosh darn miracle. But let's see if we can't get some more goodies. Phantom Mirror, definitely a goodie. That is wonderful. I can probably actually drop Berserk Rage potions. I'll keep the Scrolls of Noise for a brief moment. Again, I always feel like Scrolls of Noise, I want to keep them because there's some like tiny obscure niche potential for them to do some kind of cool stuff. Almost never happens, but imagine if it did. And I didn't have the scrolls on me, how embarrassing would that be? Okay, let's get you slowed down, my friend. And we can probably engage in a little bit of back and forth, a bit of a damage repartee, if you will. Beautiful. And you know, that will probably pretty much bring us to the end of Shoals here. At least I would hope so. If there's anything truly terrifying around the next corner, then I guess it's highly deserved with the level of hubris that I've been exhibiting, but nonetheless, I will be quite sad for good old Gargoyle here. But no, I have a sneaking suspicion that we'll at the very least do okay for ourselves. Maybe not great, maybe not incredible by any means, but all right. And that is fine by me. Okay, a couple more of these little coves to just dip our little toesies in. Don't mind me, excuse me, pardon me. Staff of Cold is not necessary. Sack of Spiders. Now that, on the other hand, is up my alley. Is there anything else? I mean, attraction potions I'll probably never use. Something that I carry around, much like the Scrolls of Noise. Because I think the only times I've really drank an attraction potion, I've pretty much, or it rather, has pretty much been the singular reason why I, at the very least, got close to death, if not quite literally, did die. That's just life, baby. Oh, I'm in my own ice cloud. That would do it. Oh, me oh my. Made them readable in silence, breaking it and stunning. Oh, that's pretty sweet. And loud noises break mesmeration like they used to. I do like that. I miss that being an option. I mean, there's still lots of tools, I guess, available for breaking mesmerized, but I did really like the idea of a loud noise kind of shaking you out of it. A neat little twist of flavor, to say the least. But Shoals went pretty solid. Can't complain too much. I think what this actually means is that we may be done for the evening here. Just a couple hours into the run, but a really solid go at things here, and glad to have a bit of momentum going on. We'll see if I can't keep it alive the next time we return, but I think this will be a pretty solid time to end it, as mentioned. So yeah, this was a fun one. I hope, as always, that it was enjoyable to watch as well. Definitely appreciate you all for joining me. You know, if you're chatting alongside us here, you're lurking in the background, or hey, if you're watching this down the road through the Twitch or YouTube VODs, which I hope will still be a thing. I've been really lazy last week's, albeit very short, technically difficult stream, if that's the right phrasing. Maybe lends some credence as to why that is, but I'd like to get back on the ball there, and regardless, appreciate you all nonetheless. So thank you, au revoir to you as well. Why am I... Merci. I was blanking on thanks in French, which is embarrassing as a Canadian. I mean, sure, I've never been fluent in French, but I should have the basics down at the very least. Tut tut tut. But regardless, as we end up here, I mean, obviously we'll be coming back to Gargoyle next week, seeing how we fare. Ignition should be pretty close. Love to see it. And otherwise, as always, we'll do a quick check to see who is live at the moment. See who we can send a raid off to here. Give my laptop but a moment. But the shortest, the barest of moments. Looks like we'll be going with Brent today. Playing some Environmental Station Alpha I've never heard of, but definitely stick around, say hello regardless of what they're playing. Always a good time hanging out with Brent, so would highly recommend it. And yeah, thanks again. Looking forward to coming back next week. Hopefully I've cleared out my schedule a little bit, have a bit more freedom, a bit more leeway, but chances are not so much. I have that D&D session. My brain will probably be awash with that info, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear, see how the cookie crumbles as we cook, and hopefully make some good progress. I'd like to finish off this run next week. It'd be nice to get another victory in, especially Ignis has been elusive. I don't think I've ever won with Ignis, so it's a bit of an achievement in its own right. But regardless, thanks again for all of your patronage, I guess. Thanks for joining us. Always appreciate it. Start that raid off, and yeah, I guess that's that. Regardless of my sweating profusely here in the hot seat, I do hope that you're having a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you out there, and I definitely hope to see you next time when we jump back in with Gargoyle and maybe, just maybe, take this Vampiric Trident to victory. Just remember, folks, we never, even for a moment, even with my blatant disregard for caution, safety, sensibility in any way, shape, or form, I never, even for a moment, didn't have it. I'll see you soon.